Hey guys, what's up? It's Zach here with a quick unboxing and initial view of the Anvil 10-gallon brew kettle with the ferment and kettle add-on. So I just got this, making this because couldn't find what I wanted online in regards to this kettle. I just kind of YOLO purchased it. So this is just a quick unboxing to see what all we have. A little instruction sheet. Got the lid. Not sure what this is. I'm assuming everything is here. I ordered this a few days ago. Yeah, here's the ferment in a kettle 10-gallon box. Pretty much just a rubber gasket, I'm pretty sure. Gel pack that lost everything in the kettle. Awesome. And the kettle itself. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh god. That bead's going everywhere, so we're gonna do this. Wow, that is a bit larger than I would have guessed. Maybe this is stupid, but for some reason I thought everything would have come attached, but I guess that's probably wise that it didn't. Really nice handles. Everything is no seams at all, which I love. That was part of the reason why I bought this specifically. Keeps it a little bit cleaner. That's really nice. And then also on this end, we have the measurement markings for volume. Really, it's awesome. I wish they were engraved a bit. Looks like it's just kind of a marking paint or whatnot. Yeah, so basically you need to confirm that we have everything. Now we can go from there. Left my box card. I will say the lid does not look nearly as high quality as this pot. I wonder if they're made differently. So for the lid, I don't know if this will come up, but there's some slight dimples. Looks like they might be like some sort of rivet that actually goes through. And then they just sanded off the bottom part. Not a big deal, but something to consider as well. Wow, that's huge. Really nice, have a little rest here on the side of the kettle. That's awesome. And then for the rest of the crap, God, those beads are just everywhere. Thankfully, this tape caught some of them, but they're all over the floor and the table now. So I'm guessing this is the valve and temperature. Yeah, temperature for the front here, little thermometer. See, I'm guessing this is covered in machining oil. And we're supposed to add the fittings, so the drain valve and the thermometer, and then clean everything together. with a mild detergent. So we got our gauge here. Interesting. Also comes with a QA card saying that it's within plus or minus 1.75 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's cool. Interesting. Has a sticker for the max case temp, 150F. I would imagine that would have been a little bit higher than that, considering that you're boiling this, but. So this is why I'm making this video, because I couldn't really figure out much about this kettle. Their website leaves a little something to be desired, not super straightforward on everything. So for instance, the thermometer says, install the thermometer in accordance with the instructions provided with the Anvil brewing thermometer. There's no instructions, just the QA card in the thermometer itself. Looks like there's 2 nuts on here though, so I'm guessing one of these goes on the inside of the kettle. There's a rubber O-ring on there as well. So, thermometer, O-ring. We're gonna wait to tighten that because that does not feel right. If we look at the valve, and not that I care, but we'll smear it on the text there. It's pretty heavy duty valve. Don't actually know. Oh, nice. That's cool. There's a little locking mechanism on it. A little spare piece of metal. When it's down, it's mechanically restrained. And when it's up, you can turn the valve. Nice. Works both directions as well. That's nice. Let's see. And then we have the racking arm, which is movable. So this one has an O-ring. The other one did not, which that's why I'm concerned, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so you're supposed to separate the nut on the ball valve. So this is one actually secures it to the kettle itself, and again, there's an O-ring on that side. It makes me feel better about the thermometer one because it was just an empty O-ring. But so yeah, once you get the main ball valve attached, then you have the racking arm, which you do separately. I'm gonna wait until I have my other wrench, but I mean, looking through here, that's basically all I got. All right, and then for thermometer, same kind of thing. That's good enough. All right, so here's what the front looks like.
looking pretty spiffy. And the inside, you can see that that probe is not, it's not too long. Oh, racking arm. So with the racking arm, there's an O-ring in here already. Go ahead and put this in. Orient the dip tube in the downward position. Alright, so this is what it looks like now with everything in there. Really heavy pot, and it's interesting. It's got a little raised lip. I think this is double insulated. I think you could also, this is good for an induction burner if you're going that route. I'm gonna be doing propane though, just because it's way faster. Looking at the ferment in the kettle kit. Yeah, it comes with the expected items, so you gotta be kidding me. So again, zero instructions, but one large gasket, which is for the lid. Knew that was in there. You know, your standard airlock with some more, 2 more gaskets, the airlock, and then I have no idea what this is. Literally no clue. Not a single instruction. It's threaded though, so what could this be for? It looks like it fits on the back of the thermometer. I will also mention that there is a nice machine oil residue, so the instructions say that, but something like you definitely need to clean this well. Part of this is also because I'm new to this, so maybe someone else has an idea of what this is, but I have no clue. Something also to note is that in here in the maintenance guide it says to shield the valve and thermometer are not covered for heat damage. They need to be shielded if you're using a propane burner. So something to make sure that you don't just torch them. The small rubber gasket goes with the airlock, obviously, and it's fitted on the lid in that hole. You just replace the gasket, you're good to go. That's easy. So I did some research. The instructions on the website are actually way better. I don't know why we saved a single sheet of paper and didn't send it to me, but whatever. So I got some of these things wrong. So we need to take this off, and of course, first we're gonna start with the thermometer. So these are steps that only need to happen if you have the ferment in a kettle kit as well. So I'm not gonna lie, it looks like I'm missing an O-ring, so that's great. So I'm gonna contact them and make sure, but there's supposed to be, from their pictures, there's supposed to be a black O-ring on both sides, and there's only one on here. And this also, I mean, it has this O-ring, but this other extra gasket is to cover the threads to keep a sanitary environment. So I'm going to loosely put this on, and I'm going to contact support, and I'll leave an annotation if I'm missing parts or if this is okay. That's what we're going with right now, because I don't have anything else. You take off the valve assembly. So I guess I didn't need to take this out. The valve still goes on as expected, and then the Teflon washer goes on the inside.
connects to that. It's so weird. I don't know why we're covering the threads of the thermometer, but not the ball valve. They say to do the thermometer first. Definitely do the bottom one first, because it's just in the way. So that's a tight fit. Maybe I have it on too tight, I don't know. But still functional, movable, which is good. I'll also make sure that you're using 2 wrenches. Don't hold the lever like I just did. I could feel some weakness there you don't want. Definitely don't want to bend this handle, which you will if it's tightened too much, so. All right, back to the racking arm. Probably spending way more time on this than most people, but I don't know, that's kind of annoying. Then the lid is just a simple rubber gasket that pops out. Lid on with the hole. So I guess it's worth it to keep that around so that when you're brewing, you don't want a hole in your lid and you don't want to ruin your airlock. So this feels like once you get the hole in, then you get your airlock and just jam it in there. There you go. You're ready for it. So I have this leftover piece. This is, oh, sorry. And then we have, obviously, the big rubber gasket, which seems like might be a little more complicated to put on. I do have the right size. This is for the 10-gallon kit. I'm gonna take out this airlock because I have a feeling that's gonna get swiped. I don't know if there are any tips for how to do this other than just bear hug it and pull as much as you can. You're kind of SOL if this thing busts though. Takes some getting used to, but it's doable. So airlock goes back in, and you are ready to go. Racking arm is nice. I don't know if I can see this. So still printable, which is nice. It's got a little safety thing, open and close. Really like that. Nice. Nice, easy to read gauge when it's turned the right way. I didn't tighten mine all the way because I might be missing a part, so I'll keep you updated. In the meantime, I'm gonna revert the lid back to kind of what I would consider brew mode. So a little bit annoying that now I'm gonna have some extra pieces just kind of waiting around. Can't really store them together, I don't think. And then, yeah, so initial thoughts overall, I'm gonna wash it later. You definitely need to wash this before using it. Just smells like metal and oil, machine oil. All in all, super happy with the purchase. The ferment in the kettle was basically the primary reason why I bought this. Trying to keep minimal equipment on hand, and doesn't make sense to use like a bucket fermenter, given that, I mean, it was, I think, an extra $38 for this 10-gallon kettle, and I rather spend the $38 and not have random empty buckets that I can't stack or use ever again. So definitely worth it for me. Overall, very solid construction. The only thing I would change, if I changed anything is I want these measurements, I want them to be etched, but obviously, you know, that's a bacteria concern. However, after many brews, when this is, if these numbers are really going bad, might try to DIY, even if it's just a small dent, something to keep track of where measurements are, because that's nice to have. The instructions that come with it are terrible. 0 out of 10. Like I said, I got the instructions for the kettle, and this looks exactly like what's online. If you go to their resources, except, you know, if you're new to the game like I am, you have no idea what any of this stuff means. Like, I couldn't tell the difference between, you know, different O-rings and lock nuts, and I'm pretty sure most, like every O-ring for the kettle came already pre-installed, so pretty hard to tell what that, like what exactly you need, because there's no pictures. I'm assuming I have everything, but for the ferment in the kettle, I don't think I have everything. There's a washer that should be here, but I don't have it, so I'm gonna reach out and see if I'm missing it, or like I said, the instructions for the ferment in the kettle for the 10-gallon online, they looked different. Like, this set was completely different than what I got. The thermometer was different, so there's been some revisions. Not sure if I need that extra O-ring. All right, guys, thanks for watching. This is the 10-gallon Anvil brew kettle review plus ferment in the kettle kit. Little iffy on the instructions, but we got there in the end. Overall, super pleased with the quality of the build. Everything's top notch. Would order again. Seemed like it's probably on the pricey side, but like I said, the kettle plus the ferment and kettle kit, for me, that really sold me. Only having one vessel, super important for me to keep a small footprint. Yeah, the instructions were terrible, but I think I have everything. I'm gonna have to shoot the support request and see if I'm missing a critical part. But yeah, if you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. I got more videos coming out with homebrewing content. If you don't, then sex aside.